In there's a sefer that's called Likutei Tavlin. He speaks about over here Maaseh Adam Ashemim Oto. Artur, listen to this very carefully. Erev Yom Kippur, right? B'ezrat Hashem. He brings down over here that a person's own action will make him be held accountable. What does that mean? When we look into Parshat Nitzavim says, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Hashem Elokechem. All of you are standing before Hashem your God, call Ish Yisrael, etc. And then he says, every single man. He asks over here, V'yesh lahavin et hakiflut, madua katuv kulchem, halo katuv acher kach kol Ish Yisrael. Why does the pasuk have to say all of you are standing today before Hashem, but then it says every single person individually? But you say, if you say all of them, you don't have to repeat and say each person individually, or say each person individually, or say all of you. ויש לבאר בהקדמה דברי הספרים הקדושים שלמדנו מדברי הזוהר הקודש שמדובר כאן על ראש השנה רבותיי. He wants to say there needs a little introduction from the holy books that over here speaks about Rosh Hashanah, and he brings it down from the Zohar Kodesh. ופירשו את הפסוק, and this is how they want to explain the pasuk. אתם ניצבים היום, etc. You are standing here today. Hain, which means what's today? שביום הדין של ראש השנה ניצבים כל ישראל לפני השם לדין. On Rosh Hashanah, everybody stands before Kadosh Baruch Hu to be judged. והנה בראש השנה דנים כל אדם al kol masav. And we know in Rosh Hashanah, every single person is judged for every single act that he does. וכדאיס במסכת ראש השנה דף ט"ז עמוד א', like it says מסכת ראש השנה in דף ט"ז עמוד א'. בראש השנה כל באי העולם עוברים לפניו כבני מרום. On Rosh Hashanah, the whole world, Rabotai, Jews, non-Jews, everybody, Rabotai, goes before Kadosh Baruch Hu like sheep. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, "Hayotzer yachad libam, hamivin et kol masahem." Like the pasuk says, "He who fashions their hearts alike, who considers their deeds." V'hina derechi. Now we have to understand, Rabotai, this is very critical because just stay with me with what we started before. If on Rosh Hashanah we're being judged, Rabotai, what exactly are we being judged on Rosh Hashanah? So he says over here, the way is, in Shamayim, after 120, when they come to start judging you on every deed that you did, buddy, what does a person do right away, Artur? He tries to justify what he did, that it was not wrong, but it was right. When it comes to us, we're always justifying. I couldn't, Rabbi, you don't understand. My wife didn't let me. It was hard. I had to work over there. There's no way I was going to make it to Nets. I couldn't go to the mikvah. I couldn't learn. I couldn't give tzedakah. We always have excuses to why we could never serve Hashem 100%. Right? When they're going to bring the person up there, he's going to have what to say. Rabotai, but the people don't realize. Who are you playing with? The King of Kings. Who are you dealing with? Hashem. We think Hashem doesn't know what goes on in the world. Rather, the way of Hashem is Hashem is going to try to rebuke you. He's going to try to prove to you from the way you behave in another place. All his justifications that he wanted to say he couldn't, why he couldn't, etc., they're not correct. He gives you an example. When he's going to be asking the question, why when somebody needed help to give a charity, you said you couldn't do it? Mazdik Mahmad Koshi Kalkali, he would say he doesn't have the parnasa, it's hard for him, business not going well, etc. and etc. Rather, what does Hashem do? She'az marim lo ech hozilon rav lema'an milui ta'avotav ha'chomorit. Rabotai, right away they're going to show him a video of how much money Ronan he spent on his own desires. He went to Doma, $3,000, reserve card $5,000. There's no other store, there's no other restaurant. You go, you spend 3,000, 5,000 you could spend over there. But to give a guy who needs $500 to help him to make a wedding, that people cannot do. It's hard for them. They give $20 and they think they're big tzaddikim. Rabotai, that's what Hashem is going to bring. He's going to say, I get it. You couldn't give tzedakah over here $500, but you were able to spend on shtuyot $5,000, which you just eat and then you flush down the toilet. That you could have done. Rabotai, remember, you want to come with an excuse why you can't do it, why you can't give. Be very careful how your actions, those same actions will make you guilty. And this is what we don't realize. We ourselves shoot ourselves in the foot. This is what, it's not normal how we do it. If you are able to spend money, Rabotai, if you are able to drive a $1,500 car a month, lease, not even buying, lease. That means there's no reason why you're not able to give $1,500 tzedakah also. There is no reason, Rabotai. If you could afford the luxury for yourself, you also have to start thinking about another Jew, Rabotai, who be'emet needs the help. There was one time, there was a guy that came to the shul just for tzedakah. Lo lein, Rabotai, he lost his wife, chas v'shalom. He needed to pay for tuition. He came, he asked for tzedakah. So what did I do wrong? I told him, what did I do wrong? He came to me, he said, please help me. So what did I do? Okay, so I gave what I can give. Okay, I gave him that day $100. So I saw another guy give $10. I saw another guy give $5. So what did I do? I know the guys. So I said, listen, give a little bit more. I told this one, give a little bit more, give a little bit more, give a little bit more. So eventually each one started giving $100, whatever it was. In the end, they all got upset with me. Why did I make them give $100? But don't you see the guy couldn't pay for the wife's for his wife's funeral? Don't you have a heart? For tickets you pay, for gas $100 you pay, for food you pay, you waste money left and right. For one t-shirt that says over here, boss or Hugo Boss or who knows what. Now I'm serious, you pay $800, $900. It's a t-shirt. Huh? Balmani, who's Balmani?
Balmini, whatever it is.
Oh no, Balmani. Doesn't matter. No, it's funny to you. But Hashem is going to say this t-shirt, you're going to buy the same t-shirt in Kirkland, whatever that is, Costco, for $5, right? Without a name. That's all it is. It's a t-shirt with a name. You pay for the brand name. A $900 shirt you could afford. But $100 you couldn't give to him, and then they come to and they complain to the rabbi, why are you taking money out of me? That's not taking money. If you want to see what means taking money, $500,000 taking money out of you. What's $100? Short the plotches. And how much wants to give him his money back? No, I don't want, Rabbi, I don't want. What do you mean you don't want? Take the money back. From where do we learn this out? He has a whole paragraph. Let me make it short, condense it. The Beit later brings down, from where do we know this out, Rabotai? That this is exactly what's going to happen to us in the Yom Adin. You know what's funny? HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world already prepares you what's going to be in the next world. But we are told, you ever see those long-legged birds? I don't know what they call. Ostrich. You ever see when the ostrich sees trouble, what does he do? Huh? Flamingo, right? What does he do? He takes his head and he puts it inside the ground. Like, there's no danger coming. Oh, chamor. Run for your life. Same thing us. We see what's happening. Instead of running away from our problems, from Averis, from going towards Hashem, we close our eyes. No, I didn't hear what the rabbi said. Rabotai, Hashem is preparing you every single day. The Torah tells you the Torah doesn't want to hurt you. Hashem only wants to give you good, but He wants to see also something from your end. So the Beit HaLevi says, if we remember the story with Yosef HaTzadik, correct? When his brothers came, the brothers came. What did Yosef say? Here we go. I need Yosef. That's all. I'm Yosef. And all the brothers, they all were shocked. What happened? What did he say? Did he say he's going to kill them? Did he say he's going to throw them in jail? Oh, he said, I'm your brother. Yosef, that's all he said. Rabotai, the Beit HaLevi explains, do you know what they knew right away? Because they knew now there's going to be a problem with Yosef HaTzadik. Why? Because when Yosef wanted to take away Binyamin, what did the brothers say? You can't take this son. This is the beloved one. This is my father. If you take Binyamin, my father's going to die. They're together, blah, blah, blah. So they had a good reason to why Binyamin should not be stayed in jail in Egypt. But let me ask you a question. Yosef is telling them, but why when you sold me, you guys sat together, you made a meal, you justify saying what you did is right. You see from your own actions by Binyamin, knowing what you did was wrong. That's what they were afraid. That their actions, when they justified selling Yosef, and when they came to Binyamin and said that Binyamin was the one beloved to the father, That contradicts because Yosef also was beloved to the father. That didn't come to your mind. That means you had your own motives. You didn't do it justly. And this is what's going to happen to every single person for every little thing that he does. The Beit HaLevi continues over here and he says like this. שהנה הכל עוון וחטא בפני עצמו סובר אדם שיש לו קצת תירוץ. On every sin, Rabotai, a person thinks in his mind, he's going to know what to answer Hashem. A little bit he's going to add it. Rabotai, Sharei Kol Derech Ish Yashar Beinav. Because like Mishlei says, a person in his eyes, everything that he does is always straight. Everything, Rabotai. Ulumashal, he goes back to the same concept. One who does not give tzedakah, probably like we explained, he thinks he has a good answer, he has no money, etc., etc. But he's going to see how much he was able to give as shtuyot, and then he's going to be able to go ahead and be judged on that, Rabotai, from his own actions. Rabotai, listen to this carefully. So too, when it comes to learning Torah, Asher arbe anashim potrim atzmam mechovat halimut al yidei shtonim shesechlam enam mechushal lamin et Torah. Rabotai, many people exempt themselves from learning Torah, saying what? Borat choani gorat nidlamina. Torah is not for me. It's too difficult. He continues to say over here, yeah, it's difficult. So how are you working? How are you paying your rent? How are you paying your mortgage? That somehow you are able to find ways. You're cunning. You believe your mind works. How I'm going to make the money over here. How I'm going to make profit over here. Your mind 24 hours. Even when you sleep, your mind is working to make $1. But when it comes to Hashem's Torah, that no, your mind doesn't work for that. That's Hashem. That's going to be Hashem's claim. You are able to make. If you have a head for money, you have a head for Torah. For Torah, because it's very hard. Rabotai, when it comes to Parnas, it's very hard. Rabotai, I want to read for you over here in Simon Reish Lamed Chet, and this is very sad, because a lot of people, they don't realize that the problems that come into this world, right? I'm going to explain to why I'm saying all this. A lot of people don't realize that the problems that come into this world to a person is because of his own actions. You need to understand that there is a law book, Rabotai. We have to follow the Shulchan Aruch. We need to follow the Shulchan Aruch, Rabotai. You guys can simply understand if it's a 25 speed zone, correct, and you're driving 80 miles an hour and the cop catches you, you're getting points, you're getting tickets, you might be even going to jail. Especially if it's DWI, especially if you're drinking while driving, while intoxicated. Rabotai, the same thing over here. Don't think, Hashem, my father, you lost me, he's going to forgive me. Rabotai, doesn't work like that. I want to read for you. And this is where friends have to be careful. This is where wives have to be careful. This is where children have to be careful. This is where everybody has to be careful to make sure that they do not prevent this person from learning Torah, because look what this person does. In Simon Reish Lamed Chet, in Allah Aleph it says, Tzarich leizaher bilimud halayla. A person needs to be careful about learning Torah at night, yoter mi b'shel yom, more than he's careful during the day. Everybody wants to learn an hour in the morning, that's it. But at night, he has all the excuses why he can come. Yishvo, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, who knows where he goes, wedding, etc. Rabotai, the Shulchan Aruch says, Va'amivatolo, anybody who nullifies learning Torah at night, onsho mirubeh. Kanchar, what means onsho mirubeh?
Punishment multiplied.
His punishment is great. So who brought you the punishment, Artur? The Rebbetzin, when she wanted to go out to cafe restaurant at night and during learning of your time. No, Rabotai, you do that, everything you do before. There's no such thing as Shalom Bay when it comes to Torah. First comes Hashem, then comes your wife. Rabotai, Artur Tisamnoy. This is why we do it to ourselves. We think we're going to have all the excuses. No, we're not going to have, Rabotai. And then she wants to know, or he wants to, or his friends want to know why the business is going down. Why the IRS is after them. Why the wife is giving them, very simple, Rabotai. Onsho Meruba, you don't learn Torah at night, your punishment is great. If you look into all the halachot, Simon Reish Vav, says people that do not add from 2 B'Av, from 15 Vav and on, that they do not add Torah to their life, Hashem removes them from this world before their time. These things we don't want to know, right? But this is what's going on, Rabotai. Look how people are going, look what's happening to people. Instead of being smart, make a set schedule. I don't care, 6:30 to 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 11:30, 12:30, I don't care when. But make a set schedule, Rabotai. Do not play games with these things. Because you tell Hashem, I can't learn Torah. I'm tired when I come home. I'm tired. But drinking shoshet till 3 o'clock in the morning in a wedding, you're not tired. sitting in Yeshua listening today to concert. Oh, then you're not tired. Rabotai, I came to a conclusion, the way they're making shows today, I think people are going to want to die. Why? Because look at how they, all the singing, and you got all the tamadans. There's no more rabbis speaking, Baruch Hashem. The rabbis are sitting, but everybody's singing. The rabbis are sitting, everybody's singing. The whole point of the Yeshua is to wake up the people. You're next. Now, what's this? Somebody showed me, it's very sad. I'm telling you, you guys are laughing. I'm telling you, it's very sad, Rabotai. We do it to ourselves, Rabotai. We do it to ourselves. Therefore, if any person thinks that he's going to have a claim, oh, I can't come at night because I went here, Hashem is going to say, tell me, when you went to the Yeshua and you spent 3 hours over there easy, did you think about your time? No. When you went to the bar mitzvah, when you went to the wedding, you wasted 4 or 5 hours eating, enjoying. Were you tired? Absolutely not. And that's a very big problem. You yourself just shot yourself in the foot. Why aren't you home by 10:30? If you're tired every day, you should be tired that day also. That's why, Rabotai, each of these claims are going to come against us. He concludes over here and he says like this. That's why, Rabotai, we can understand this pasuk. The pasuk, Atem nitzivim hayom l'din, Rabotai, today you're standing to be judged. How are they going to judge you? They're going to review all your behavior, everything that you do. They're going to use your own actions to show you that when you justified that it's wrong, and then Rabotai, you're going to have to suffer the consequences if you don't do teshuvah. Therefore, Rabotai, we need to know. Today, B'ezrat Hashem, in a few days from now, we're coming to Yom Kippur. I want to tell you like this. Do not be fools. Do not come every single day by Yom Kippur. Hashem, please forgive me. I want to learn Torah. I want to daven. I want to go to the mikveh. I want to do tzedakah. Rabotai, enough. You guys don't understand. This is shtuyot. HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows exactly who and what wants to do. Rabotai, and they say, right, and then they say, oh, after Yom Kippur passes, after they think they got a good judgment, they got a good sealment, they say, oh, I was not able to, it was this, it was that, it was that. Rabotai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He sees, Rabotai, He sees what we're doing, Rabotai. He sees every little action that we do. That's what a person needs to know. He needs to think good before on Yom Kippur, before Ne'ilah, even before Yom Kippur, Rabotai. Take into consideration, if you want to do something, you need to remember, Rabotai, you're not playing with a friend over here. You're dealing with a king of kings. If he is a king, that means we are his servants. I never in my life saw a servant give an excuse to a king. Never. Even the maid servants in your own house, the cleaning ladies, do what you say. So you want to tell me that they're better than us? We don't do what Hashem says, but they do what Hashem says. If he's your father, then you have to act like a son, Rabotai. But he is not your friend. People don't understand this, Rabotai. Bora, do you know the difference between animals and people? Animals, they know their boss. A dog knows his owner. Baran knows his owner. But people, they don't know their owner. When there's the Torah says you have to follow a certain way, we don't know our owner. That means we're lower than the animals. Rabotai, we need to come and realize that there's only one thing for us in this world to do. And that is to serve Hashem. By serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rabotai, you get all the blessings in the Torah. By going away from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rabotai, Rabbi said, I don't want to say it. You see what goes on. You show me to one person, Rabotai, that does not go into the derech of Torah, that is happy. The Torah tells us there's going to be nobody more happy than a person that sits and learns Torah. That's what, Rabotai, we have to try to strengthen ourselves in Avodat Hashem, and we need to realize anything that takes us away from Avodat Hashem, from these kind of people, you have to stay away because these people are very dangerous. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen, Rabbi Chanan ben Akash Omer. Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu lezakot et